everyone. Welcome to another show. We're back in the studio after a long hiatus. The first one of the year. First time in this year, I think.
Yes.
We're in the studio. I know we planned on doing this more often. I think it might have been, we did the one right after New Year's. We were in the studio. We said, we're going to try to be in here more often. And then you got sick.
A COVID scare.
You got a COVID scare. Work happened. Things happened. So now we're here. And we're in person for the first time in over a month.
Yes. I mean, I think our batting average is still good.
I mean, yeah.
Being in the studio compared to Zoom.
If we were a baseball, you don't have to be very good to be a baseball player. You just have to be 30% good, and you're a fantastic
There you
baseball
go.
player.
There you go. We're 30% in the studio.
Yeah. The worst, best average of people are baseball players.
There you go.
Which is crazy to think about if you think about it. If you're 30% good at hitting a baseball, you're the greatest of all time.
But think about all the games they play in a season. So
I know, but 162. But
right,
still,
that's a lot.
Like if you hit a quarter, if you make contact with a quarter of the swings you take,
that's not bad.
In professional baseball, you're a decent baseball player.
So we're like a decent podcast.
Yeah, we're not like at Mendoza line level, but
we're not Joe Rogan.
I mean, no one's Joe Rogan. You just signed a huge deal with someone. Spotify?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because Spotify is a great place to be.
Yes. Anyway.
Yes, make sure to listen to us on Spotify.
We are on Spotify.
We are on Spotify. Who isn't?
But before we get into the show, we have...
Oh, hello, Brian.
Hello, Mark. How are you?
I did the reverse room thing. Hello, Brian.
We got some shows. We gotta get through.
We have some shows?
We got some shows coming up.
Okay. Oh, comic shows.
Comic book and toy shows.
Yes.
February 25th. We're 3 weeks out. Well, less than 3 weeks. February 25th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the American Legion Hall, 566 Enfield Street in Enfield, Connecticut, east of the river, comic book and collectible show.
Yes, 2 floors of excitement.
Yes. We have 2 floors. This is going to be a big one.
They're all big.
They're all big, but this is going to be a great one.
This is the big one.
I feel it. I feel it in my bones.
Well, sounds like something you could talk to your doctor about next week.
I have arthritis.
Yeah. That's called rheumatoid arthritis.
Yes. Every time I move, you just hear the word Scott Pellin, east of the river. Sunday.
That's creepy.
March 3rd.
Yes.
The Sunday.
We're on to a different show now.
Yes.
Okay.
The Sunday
We're
after.
done with the other show.
The Sunday after this show.
So go to that show in February. Then the Sunday after that.
We have the Manchester Comic and Toy Convention, Sunday, March 3rd. This is also 10 a.m. No early bird.
Don't need it.
It's to 4 p.m.
It's too much stuff. It's too good.
This is more on the toy side.
This is.
East of the River is a little bit more on the comic book side.
A little more comic-centric.
This is more on the toy, but also the Manchester one will have...
At the Army Navy Club.
At the Army Navy Club in Manchester.
I hear there's really good restaurants around there.
Good restaurants.
Someone's told me that before.
Good restaurants.
Every time that show happens.
Firestone across the street, amazing coffee.
Right. They're not sponsoring. They don't get a mention.
Yeah, but I love them.
Unless they start giving us free stuff, we ain't giving them nothing.
Hold on. At this show, they have a cosplay contest.
They do.
And they have a nice prize.
They do.
So definitely go and sign up. Get there early. It's a great time. It is packed. So get there early because I'm telling you, man, this show is always, it is butts to nuts packed.
Yeah.
Butts to nuts. Yeah. Now, I say butts to nuts because that was the name of our last D&D episode.
Was it?
Butts to nuts.
Oh, I know that.
Synergy, my friend.
I wasn't
it's
there.
All about synergy.
I don't know. I don't pay attention. I don't ever listen to the Dungeonic show.
Butts to nuts.
I lived it. Why do I need to listen to it?
I didn't listen to it, but that was the title.
Yeah.
Butts to
Bob
nuts.
does a great job editing them. We'll say that because I know he listens.
Yeah, Bob.
And really quick, before we get too deep into the show, yesterday, because it was a Sunday, was Postal Worker Appreciation Day.
Oh, we appreciate
So we appreciate all the postal workers.
Yes.
But we especially appreciate our postal worker, Bobby Kegler.
I appreciate my postal worker
I appreciate
just a
mine
little
too.
bit more than Bobby.
Well,
but I appreciate
yeah.
Bobby as a friend.
I know, yeah. But, you know, special recognition.
Right.
To the one and only Kegs and Eggs, Bobby Kegler.
Kegs and Eggs. And I feel bad.
I don't think I've called him that in years, but...
I feel bad not to go on a little tangent here. Our friend...
But please do.
Mike Dumont from D&D.
Yes.
Dungeonetics His birthday was on Sunday, and they would.
No, I don't feel bad. I'm going to jump in on you on this.
No,
I don't feel bad. And I explained why I don't feel bad. You don't throw a birthday party for someone in their 40s at 9 p.m. at night.
Yes. That's what I was going to say.
I'm already in.
I'm in bed.
I got sweatpants on.
Yeah. I'm not going
watching
anywhere.
MASH.
I'm not going
I'm
anywhere.
not leaving the house.
No, sorry.
Not happening.
Now, I will say this.
9 a.m., maybe.
If it was summertime and it was at 8 p.m.,
I'd be there in a second.
Because the sun's still out.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
No.
But middle of winter at 9 p.m.?
No. Not happening.
Not going to happen. Not happening.
Yeah. Why do you have to go on the day of his birth?
It was
Why
Sunday.
couldn't we do a Saturday?
Sunday was his birthday.
Yeah, no. Why couldn't we do like the Saturday or something?
Right.
Or
in the
a
afternoon.
day that's more conducive to people being able to do things.
Right.
I'm not like 9 p.m. at night. What are you, nuts?
Yeah. No, I
wouldn't even go to my own sibling's birthday party at 9 p.m. at night.
I wouldn't go to anything at 9 p.m. at night.
I mean, if my wife wanted me to go somewhere at 9 p.m. at night, I'd go. But I'm not going to like it.
No.
But she would end up going anyways because she's in bed by 9:30. So.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, 9
Not happening. I'm not driving to Enfield.
But happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday. Happy 40-something birthday.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what year it was, but it's something in the 40s.
I think he's 50.
Maybe. Who knows?
52,
Who knows?
53,
maybe.
something like that.
Yeah, especially I'm not going axe throwing at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Went to that once at my bachelor party. I barely remember it.
We did go axe throwing for John's birthday.
Yes, that's
at
correct.
Odin's Keep.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't think I went to that though.
You didn't go to that?
No, that was when Claire had a broken leg.
Oh.
So I couldn't make it.
Oh. Well, Mark.
So I've missed 2 times to go into Odin's Keep.
Now,
one day I'll make it there.
This
one day
ties into
again, not a sponsor, so we're not gonna
This nice little synergy. This goes into something that's gonna be happening at night.
Synergy.
It is
the first ever
After Dark.
CliffsCon After Dark.
Friday night comic book and collectible show, March 29th. It's a Friday night, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
I wonder if Katz will show up. I should talk to his reps. See if we get Norman Katz to show up.
Norman Katz should show up because this is going to be an After Dark.
CliffsCon After Dark.
CliffsCon.
I'm going to text his representative right now.
All right. This is at the Doubletree Hotel, 42 Central Drive, Bristol, Connecticut.
Because that's definitely not the regular representatives type of crowd.
75 dealer tables, special guests. Admission is $5. So this is the first time ever CliffsCon's doing a Friday night show at the hotel in Bristol. But that is at the end of March. We will definitely talk about that more as we get closer.
Yes,
but
it's gonna be amazing. I'm excited. Never been to a comic book show at night.
I know it's gonna be a whole different.
Besides
crowd.
a con, like cons usually go to on a Friday. Usually go to like 8 or so, but
right.
Never a specifically scheduled comic show.
Now I got to talk to Cliff if he needs.
You should.
If I'm going to be part of this one or not, I don't know. But East of the River, we're less than 3 weeks away, and then that following Sunday we have the Manchester show. So 2 great shows back to back. So we'll talk about it every week until we get there.
I hope he responds back before the show ends.
So, Mark, before we get to talking about the Grammys, and I have some WWE stuff I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
I have a few things I have quick reviews of, but before I get to my stuff, what about you? You catch anything, watch anything, do anything?
I started watching the new Band of Brothers type show, Masters of the Air.
Oh,
on Apple TV+.
TV Plus. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Austin Butler.
I thought that was a movie.
No, it's a show.
Wow.
It's a miniseries, actually. Wow. Owen Wilson isn't in it. As far as I know, he isn't in it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all about the guys who, the 100th Air Division who flew the Flying Fortresses during World War II.
Wow.
I'm only 1 episode in, and it's amazing.
It's good?
Yeah. The CG and everything. And
I thought it was a movie. So.
No, it's a full-blown
That's cool.
Band of Brothers type miniseries.
About the Air Force.
Yes. About the guys who flew the Flying Fortresses, which I just said. Thanks for paying attention.
Yeah, I was paying attention.
Yeah. But yeah, so I started watching that. I got 1 episode in. And I got to catch up on a couple of more episodes.
Nice.
Claire's been diving deep into True Detective, so we haven't really been watching the same things. Because she started watching it before I was in the area to watch it with her. I was out doing something. Oh, I was out at the train show last weekend, 2 weekends ago, and she decided to start watching True Detective because the new one was coming out.
Yes.
So she started watching it from the beginning.
Yes.
So I came back and I was like, she's like, oh, have you ever watched the show? I'm like, no, I've always thought about watching it, but too late now.
She couldn't just start over?
No, because she was already like halfway through the season. So.
Man.
I was like, you go. You keep going.
You go, girl.
You do what you do.
Wow. Okay.
So now she's in season 3. So
season 3 is good.
Yeah.
I didn't like season 2, but season 1.
That's what she said. She wasn't a big fan of season 2.
Season 3 is much better.
Yeah.
And the new season.
She said the new season's very creepy.
We are going to start watching it once it's over.
She said I probably would not be able to handle season 4. It's a lot of jumpy, scary stuff.
I'm excited. Yeah. Plus, Jodie Foster is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, what else?
That was about it. That's all I've been watching.
Oh, okay.
Masters of the Air. And just like I literally just said a minute ago, I'm watching a lot of MASH. So rewatching MASH again.
Whatever you like.
There's nothing going on. There's nothing on. So the palate cleanser, as I call it.
Yeah. A lot of shows are starting up again.
Yeah.
Soon,
once everything after the Super Bowl, when like regular TV comes back and everything starts coming out again.
Yeah.
I'll probably wean off it and then
go back to something
else. But until then, it's like, I just veg out, man. No football. Football season's basically over. So
Super Bowl is this Sunday.
Super Bowl this Sunday.
Should be
we'll
good.
Talk about in a little bit, but
that's on CBS. So
it is.
Yet again, I'm thinking I might
get the trial.
I could just use another email and get the 7-day trial.
Yeah.
And then watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'll do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. I don't want to pay for Paramount, but I could do the trial,
and
then I could watch the South Park stuff that I've been.
The thing, we have it. The reason why we even have Paramount Plus is because Claire got the Walmart Plus, and with that you get free Paramount Plus.
Nice.
So
yeah, if I could get it for free, my dad gave me his password, but every time I enter, it's wrong.
Whoa! We don't condone that, nor do we approve of it happening.
We share passwords.
No one shares passwords. We don't want anyone coming after us. I don't want to be in any sort of.
I am a little nervous.
Clash action situation.
I share my
Disney Plus. They'll come after you.
I share my Disney Plus login.
I don't talk about that at all. I don't share mine with anybody. I don't share mine with anyone.
Now hold on. Hulu,
I shared no passwords.
Hulu and Disney are going to crack down starting March.
Nope. I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm not going to be a part of this conversation because it's bad juju.
So I don't know what's going to happen if they're going to lose access or not. So they might have to pay for their own Disney Plus.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. So
you can get the bundle. It's not that expensive. And if you're a Verizon customer, you can just add it onto your Verizon bill.
Well, you got to tell them
super cheap. Yeah.
I gave it to them. They've been using it for the last couple of years.
It's not my job to tell adults how to live their lives.
There you go. I know. All right.
Figure it out.
Figure it out?
Figure it out.
All right. Alice and me, we finished Fargo season 5.
Yes.
Phenomenal. We both loved it. We ended season 5 going, we want more. We didn't want it. We flew through that season. It was unbelievable.
I told Claire about Fargo. She's not sure if she's going to get into it.
Highly recommend.
I know. I told her next time we
John Hamm.
Allison get together.
John Hamm was great in season 5.
They got to exchange show ideas.
Well, I can tell you. I can tell you, in my personal opinion about Fargo, every season is good. There hasn't been a bad season, or they're always high tier television.
Gesundheit, Joshua.
We started and finished Gen V in 3 days.
Yeah,
really good. Surprisingly, as good.
It's like I'm on the fence about it. I don't
just
know
watch it.
I know. I don't know,
dude. It ties into.
It's like I want to get into it, but then it's like I don't know if I want to get into it.
It ties into The Boys perfectly.
Yeah.
It ends. We both like WTF. The characters are great.
Yeah.
And they're basically taking that side story from the comics where Huey had to go and deal with those kids. The foster kids, which they've hinted in The Boys that might be a thing.
It's kind of like the Starlight situation.
But they're in college to become professional superheroes.
Yeah.
And in The Boys, we've all learned how the parents and people shot these babies up with the V.
Gen V or whatever.
Well, these kids are the ones that are top tier that could join the 7 or top tier. They get into God U.
Other branches of things.
So they get into this college. The characters are great. Even Allison was just like, I can't wait to watch the last 2 episodes. The last 2 episodes were awesome. The whole series was fantastic.
Yeah.
We both really loved it.
I'll get around to it. It's like one of those, it's like, I'll get to it.
And the next season of Boys is coming up soon. And also, Amazon, the whole Amazon commercial thing. We watched the Kevin James stand-up. In the middle of the stand-up commercial.
Yeah.
Twice it happened. We watched Gen V. The only commercials that happened were in the very beginning.
Yeah.
That was it. And then we watched it with no commercial. Yeah. So it was like, it really wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
The whole commercial thing in Amazon. As of right now, it's not that big of a deal.
It's not intrusive.
No.
That's what they're going to, I think it's going to be a lot of them are that way.
The Kevin James thing was funny because it was like he did a punchline.
Yeah.
Hard cut to a 15-second commercial. Yeah. And then he comes back, everybody's clapping. And I'm like, oh, that commercial was hilarious.
Yeah.
The Kevin James stand-up was pretty funny.
I heard that.
It's good.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it. There were some funny parts. I'm going to give you a under 1 minute review of Argylle. Okay.
Oh, no, that's not good.
It's not good.
That's not good at all.
So,
I'm kind of wanting to see this movie.
Do not see it.
Oh no.
Don't even pay money to see it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Don't pay money to see it.
Even Claire's excited to see this movie.
Okay.
There's a cat in it, so that's the reason why she wants to see it.
Here is my review of Argylle.
It's a cat. Does the cat die?
No. Mike and me both like Dua Lipa,
yes,
who performed at the Grammys, whatever.
Emmys.
Whatever happened last night in CBS, the football thing, I don't know, baseball. So we were like,
the music awards.
We got to go. And the movie looked good. Good trailer. It was
a very good trailer. Sam Rockwell, Henry Cavill,
John Cena, Dua Lipa, and
Samuel
Bryce Dallas Howard, great cast.
Bryan Cranston,
great cast.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to ruin anything. I'm not going to spoil anything.
Yeah.
All I will say is it is bonkers. It's stupid fun.
Yeah.
If you're okay with that, you'll enjoy it. It's going to be the third act that either you just go, wow, that's really dumb, or you will continue to be like, okay, whatever. We've gotten to this point. The third act kind of reminded me.
Do they tell you who Argylle is? Do you find out what the Argylle situation is? At least.
Do you know the premise of the movie?
Yes, she's a fiction writer.
Yep.
A mystery writer.
She's a spy thriller book.
Yeah, she writes like a
called
John
Argylle.
Crichton or a Michael Crichton kind of books.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the promotional material is very misleading.
Yes.
Because Henry Cavill, John Cena, Dua Lipa are all in under 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You will not see them less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, they're just henchmen kind of situations.
No. They're the people in the book.
Yeah.
So Sam Rockwell and Bryce Dallas Howard are the main characters.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, they kind of said that in the trailer. Like, they was like, is this the real world or is this the book world?
Okay.
I think they're going to be like jumping back and forth between like the book story that she's writing and like the whatever the adventure that she's on with Sam Rockwell is.
I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I kind of thought. That's what
what
I got from the trailer.
Okay. What I would say is this. It's a good movie for couples, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's
a date night movie.
It could be. I'm just saying the third act.
I mean, you and Mike went, so it
yes,
worked out.
I know it worked out. It was the third act.
After last year's Barbie, this year's Argylle.
Yeah.
You guys have a tradition.
We both
Valentine's Day. You guys can go to Madam Web next on Valentine's Day together.
No, Madam Web.
Every time that commercial comes on, Claire goes, "So you and Brian gonna go see Madam Web?" I'm like, "No, never. I'm not even gonna see this movie when it shows up on Disney Plus or anywhere wherever it's showing up. I'm not seeing this movie.
I will watch Madam Web when it comes to streaming.
I have no reason to watch Dakota Johnson do anything.
Argylle. My review, if I give it a number, it's a 6 for me.
That's not terrible.
No, it's middle of the road.
You oversold your 1 minute review of this.
But I don't want to spoil anything.
Well, I know, but still, your unspoiler review is not very
I give it a 6.
Promoting of not seeing the film.
My opinion is I would hold off. Get it. Go cheap.
Well, it's like a Max film. Like watch on the Max.
Yes.
Not seeing the theater.
The third act is like a 5-year-old telling a story to someone where they just have to keep upping.
Yeah.
They're like, and then horses rolled in.
So it's like a satire of like Fast and Furious kind of.
No, there's an ending piece that's fun and stupid. Yeah. And you're like, that was fun and stupid. Okay. But then there's another thing that happens after that. You're like, this is total bonkers.
Yeah.
If you're on board with
like
the bonkers.
Fast and Furious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
It has an ending, but then it just keeps going for some reason.
Yes. This movie's a little bit too long, and someone should, in my opinion, taken this one part out of the movie.
Well.
Just my opinion. That's why I give it a 6. Cast, great.
Yeah.
First half of the movie, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That third act just got...
I think there was thoughts of them making this into a franchise.
Oh, and that's another thing.
They did like an open-ended ending.
Oh, this I'll spoil. After the credits,
yes,
they go to
shoehorn
a Kingsman. They shoehorn because the same guy Bond who did the Kingsman.
Yes,
they show this pub. It says the Kingsman Pub.
Oh boy,
you go into the pub and
is Colin Firth there.
It's a bartender talking to this British guy who I don't know who he is, and they're talking about like this other spy stuff.
The Kingsman.
And I think it's supposed to be Henry Cavill's character, young, and then afterwards it shows Argylle, the poster, and it says Argylle, the book, the movie coming soon. So I'm like, so now is he going to make another movie based on the Argylle books that he made up for this movie?
Yeah. Like a prequel to the...
It was a little self-indulgent.
I mean, it seems like it's...
very self-indulgent.
It seems like it's very much that.
Yes.
Yes.
That was the funniest part.
I did awesome. Like, I did so good with Kingsman, so now look at what else I can do.
Yes.
I can make my own world now and live in it.
And someone...
And you're going to be dragged into it.
Apple TV was one of the producers of this movie.
Yeah.
That means it'll
be on Apple TV.
I'm almost wondering if this is going to be an Apple TV show. Because, and it just kind of like, it confused. I had to look it up at the end, but like, I don't understand. And I get it. Argylle, the book, the movie.
We didn't have Dan to tell you if there was an after credits thing or not, so you would have known.
I know.
Without Dan's astute research.
But the movie did not even 30 million over the weekend.
It's not a good weekend for movies to be coming out. No one's going to the movies right now.
It didn't do well at all. It was number one, but I think it only made 18. I think with domestic, it made total 30.
It's competing against anything. There's nothing else out.
No, other than Mean Girls or whatever.
Yeah.
Argylle, see it maybe. Yeah. I don't know. It's up to you. I enjoyed I think everybody was amazing up until that third act. It kind of lost me a little bit.
I'll wait till it's on the Max.
And
as long as the cat doesn't die, we'll watch it.
When you watch it, I want to hear your opinion about the third act. I'm a cat lover, and when I saw the cat in there, I'm like, oh, this will be fun.
The cat's in it like 2 minutes.
No, the cat's in it, but like, I hate to break it, it's mostly a CG cat.
Well, I know that. It's not going to be bouncing a cat off dropping off a building.
No, it's a CG cat a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to like they're not going to do all that stuff to a real cat.
No, Bryan Cranston shoos it away. Yeah. They drop it inside the little cat carrier.
Do all these things and stuff.
I think it's a real cat maybe the first 10 minutes of the movie.
That's fine. You don't want to be,
No, I know. But
animal rights and such,
It's stupid fun that just goes stupid fun overboard.
You think about that? We have stunt humans.
If you
like that darn cat, there had to be a stunt cat.
Disney, when they did Milo and Otis.
Stunt cats.
No.
Animatronics?
Those were real animals. Yeah. And they did some horrible things to them.
Oh, yeah.
Bad.
Well, back then you didn't have that technology.
They threw a cat over a cliff into water. How messed up is that?
It's a stunt cat.
No, the real cat from the movie. There was no stunt cat.
Well, they make the stunt cat.
No, it was the cat from the movie. Horrible. Now, if you did that, you'd be like, someone would film it and they would be done.
Yeah.
I'm glad they use CG animals. I'm not poo-pooing it.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you, it's the cat is mostly
I think
CG.
Jill mentioned that she knows. That's what it was. Jill knows the person, or the person who
threw the cat over the cliff.
No, Jill's neighbor growing up became the owner of the dog, the German Shepherd, from Flight of the Navigator. And she just told me this like the other day.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
wow.
She's like, you ever seen the movie Flight of the Navigator?
Yes.
Yes. I love Flight of the Navigator.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
That was a great movie.
She was like, oh. I was like, how have you known me all this time? And we've never told me this.
That's pretty cool.
She's
Well,
like,
it has to be dead.
The
by
dog's
now.
dead now.
Yeah,
But the dog was alive when we knew her.
Yeah.
Like, when we first started hanging out and talking to her.
What's that like you get it?
So like, I could have met the dog from Flight of the Navigator. There was a chance. I was one step away from the Flight of the Navigator dog.
That dog would be like, yeah, so.
But I would have been excited about it.
know.
Wouldn't you? You wouldn't have been excited about it.
I would have got a photo.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's paw print.
Yeah.
It's paw signature.
I mean, you take that dog to a show now, if it was still alive. Take it to a comic show, you would have made good money off that.
You make tens of dollars.
You think people wouldn't want a picture with a dog from Flight of the Navigator?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I mean, we've been to enough comic shows now. The smallest character of a movie has a long line.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
You'd make some money.
You'd make a couple.
Yeah.
At least you could get Wendy's afterwards.
Yeah.
For the whole family.
Yeah.
Wendy's. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Random the pet thing was what brought that in. Maybe think about it.
Anyway, Argylle.
Anyways.
I
yeah,
give it a 6.
Argylle.
It's dumb fun.
It's a 6.
Dumb fun.
It's one of those popcorn movies.
Oh,
You just
yeah.
Get your popcorn.
Yes.
Enjoy it. Don't think.
I would say take Claire out if she wants to see it and see what you think.
Well, I mean, after your ringing review of it, I'll make sure to pass that on to her.
I will say this. It is not the worst movie I've ever seen.
No, that was for me jury duty. So
okay, it is
only
middle of the
movie I've ever walked out of
road.
in my life.
It's middle of the road, dumb, stupid fun. For me, it's the third act that
It's
just
not Army of the Dead or whatever.
you're
that
just kind of like
stupid Zack Snyder movie was.
What happened here? And I think other people might see it and think differently. Maybe you're like, well, that was stupid, but I'm on board.
Yeah.
That's
I'm sure the
totally
folks
fine.
like Kingsman will be all about it.
You know, and I saw the only Kingsman movie I ever saw was the prequel, Men, or whatever it was called. Kingsman. And that was fun. And
the Kingsman.
The action in that was really good.
Yeah.
And I was expecting the same kind of action.
Yeah, the original one wasn't bad with Colin Firth and Taron Egerton.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that one.
Kingsman movies, they've made tons of them, and they're really enjoyable.
Yeah.
I just thought the action scenes would have fallen in line with the Kingsman movies. They're very out there. It's very Fast and Furious.
Well, they had that scene where he jumps out of the floor, Sam Rockwell in the trailer, and I'm like, well, that's not.
Yes.
We're out of our breath at this point here.
Well,
we're out of our breach, as they say.
It gets wackier than that.
I bet it does.
I really want to tell you that.
Well, don't save it.
I'm not going to tell you.
If you end up seeing it,
All
I'll
right.
tell you. Well, we'll talk about it.
Okay, we'll put a pin in that. All right. So, I want to talk about, before we get to the Grammys, I got to ask you, what is going on with The Rock? I didn't watch this. Let me set it up, and I want you to explain it to me.
All right.
And the audience.
Okay.
So, there's a lot of backlash right now against Dwayne Wayne The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne Wayne The Rock Johnson.
Is it Dwayne Wayne?
From Living Color?
Dwayne Wayne The Rock
From
Johnson.
Different World?
Yeah. Is it Dwayne Wayne?
Dwayne Wade for the Miami Heat?
Dwayne Wayne.
Dwayne Wayne.
I don't know when this happened, but The Rock all of a sudden decides he's going to take Cody Rhodes' spot for WrestleMania.
So this is incorrect.
Yeah. What's going on? I'm hearing all this.
That's incorrect. That's just people just seeing one clip and thinking that's everything that's happening. So what happened was... originally, I think the plan was to be Seth Rollins for CM Punk at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight title, which is the Raw Championship.
Yeah.
Consequently, a couple weeks ago, Seth Rollins partially tore his MCL and tore his meniscus. So he's on the shelf right now until right about WrestleMania time.
Mm-hmm.
He has to have surgery and everything.
Yeah.
Then, during the Royal Rumble, as we talked about, I think, last week, CM Punk tore his tricep.
Yes, he actually got hurt, yeah.
So that knocks him out.
But he lost. CM Punk lost.
I know. Yeah. Originally, it was always supposed to be Cody Rhodes winning the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I like Cody Rhodes.
The thing was, CM Punk was second to the Royal Rumble, that he would then go after Seth Rollins' character.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, you basically have no match that you had planned is gone. So thought process was, I think, well, we can't do CM Punk Seth like we wanted to. We have to have someone to either fight Seth or do something with that championship.
Mm-hmm.
In that meantime, The Rock became a member of the board of directors for TKO.
Yes.
Which is the parent company of WWE.
And not to go in too deep onto this.
And the Vince McMahon's lawsuit
we had a huge
happened,
Vince McMahon.
which you can find online. It's really dark and disturbing, and we're not going to go into it.
He's pretty much done.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Far from. He's no longer going to be around.
Yeah.
And also Brock Lesnar got looped into that as well.
Yes.
And then he was part of some plans for Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, and now he's off the board. So you've basically lost 3 big people in your plans that you had to, like, drop of a hat, change everything around. The Rock had been hinting at possibly wanting to do the match with Roman. It's been talked about for like the past 2 years of this happening. It originally was supposed to happen at the LA WrestleMania last year at SoFi. That ended up happening because of just scheduling and the strike and all the different things. The Rock just couldn't do it. So this year, he's now on the board of directors.
Yeah.
The CM Punk injury. Cody's just there.
Well, Cody was
with
supposed
the win
to wrestle
for Royal Rumble. So the thought
Roman
was originally
Reigns, right?
that they were going to have him go after Roman Reigns.
Yes.
Cody Rhodes going to go after Roman Reigns.
Yes.
Finish his story.
Yeah.
Or whatever that means.
Well, this is kind of like the culmination of everything.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To go back after to finish the story from last year where he lost the belt because of Solo and the whole thing. So I think they were kind of like, crap on a cracker. We can't do what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Let's, and there's a chance that Seth might not be healthy enough for WrestleMania, or if for some reason the recovery time is longer than they plan on it being. We have to have some way to get a champion on the Raw side of things.
Yeah.
Because we just signed a huge contract with Netflix for 10 years, and we need to have a champion.
Well, that doesn't start for a while.
No, but
we
still.
got some time.
But they're going to have like a 3-month gap where they really don't have any right now. The show's not airing anywhere for 3 months. As of October, the contract with USA ends.
Yeah.
From October to the end of December, as of this very second, Raw doesn't have a home. It's not airing anywhere.
What about Peacock?
We don't know. It hasn't been announced what they're doing.
I know, but so what's going on with this?
I think this all wraps into what I think is what's going on. They need to have somebody to have a belt for the Raw show. Cody's available. Well, he has the championship opportunity.
Yeah.
So instead of teaming him with Roman and just giving a random or starting up a whole nother story with somebody else to go after Seth, they have this ready-made match with Rock and Roman that they've been sitting on. It's let's do the Rock and Roman match, get that out of the way, have Cody go after Seth. If Seth's not ready in time for a Rumble or WrestleMania, we have him drop the belt to Cody. Then Cody takes that championship. And then Rock
very confusing.
Can go after Roman. Roman will win. And then we'll just continue on with the story there.
What people are upset is that everybody thought
there's
it
a
was going to be
perception that
Cody
they think,
versus
yeah,
Roman.
I think that's the perception, is that everyone just assumed that Cody was going to go after Roman.
Well, because that was how the Royal Rumble presented it.
They kind of, yeah, but that doesn't mean, because then they did the show on Monday, which you didn't watch.
No.
But Seth came out and talked to Cody, and it was like, hey, I know you think going after the Roman belt is telling your story, but the belt that I have, the World Championship, is like the Workman's Championship. It's the belt like your dad would have wanted. Your belt your dad would have went after. It's like the belt that really means that you're a champion, not just you have people that help you win like Roman does, and that's how you keep a championship. He's like, so you have a chance of doing that. You're more likely going to get screwed out of it again by Roman's henchmen. So why go after that belt when you can actually fight for a championship for real and win it?
Well, I think what people are upset is because The Rock isn't really wrestling. So you have it set up where everybody's expecting Cody versus Roman.
A lot of just perception.
And now The Rock steps in and he's like, now I'm going to take on Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And Cody is going to passes it off to The Rock to do so. The chatter, I mean, this is all good for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because people are talking about it. People are talking. But
then there's also the thing of there's like 60 some odd days left for them to tell that story of why is The Rock going after Roman now.
Oh, yeah.
And why is Cody deciding to go after Seth now?
They're going to milk it.
And not going after Roman.
Yes.
Because like Cody said on Friday night, just because I'm not going after you right now doesn't mean I'm not going to come after you down the road.
Now, the thing is...
He's like, I can come after your belt whenever I want to, but someone else wants it more than I can.
The Rock, this is...
It's great. It's great business all around. WWE gets a huge match of Rock and Roman.
Well, when's the last time The Rock wrestled?
Like 2 years ago, maybe?
Really?
Not that long ago. Yeah, he's been around a couple times. He's done spot things here and there. Maybe 3 years ago. Maybe even before the pandemic. I can't remember exactly.
I'll look it up while you're talking.
But you got the cross promotion for WWE of Rock and Roman headlining a WrestleMania match. You then also the Rock football organization just merged into the UFL, which debuts March 30th. So you have that he can be promoting that as well as promoting WrestleMania at the same time.
Yeah.
So you got that cross-promotional going on.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a marketing.
No. I mean, we all know this is going to be big.
Yeah.
I understand. I think
no one's talking about the real story that the WrestleMania is happening in Philadelphia this year.
Yeah.
And don't know if you noticed the weather up here in the Northeast in the area of Philadelphia. Not usually the best during April. Not usually the warmest of weathers.
They're inside, though.
No, it's open air football stadium. They're playing at the Philadelphia Eagles stadium.
Doesn't it close?
No, it's an open air stadium. It's the Lincoln Financial Field.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, it's open air stadium.
Well, I'll be fine. They'll be fine. They have heaters and whatnot.
No, they do not.
Well, I have no idea, Mark. I don't know. That's interesting.
It's like when they did it at MetLife Stadium in New York.
Oh, that's where
years ago.
They're going to have
years ago they
FIFA.
did it there. Yeah.
FIFA's MetLife.
There is, yes.
Yes. So Johnson, Dwayne, The Rock Johnson. The last time he wrestled was a 6-second match against Eric
Rowan.
Rowan
at WrestleMania
32 in 2016.
Yes.
And the last full-length match was against
Cena.
Yep. And what?
WrestleMania
29.
Okay.
In the year 2013.
Yeah.
So he hasn't wrestled a full
10 years.
match. Okay. This is going to be, it will be big.
Yeah.
It's going to be big.
I mean, not for nothing. CM Punk just came back to WWE after 10 years. So.
Right.
And he wrestled for one match and he's hurt. So.
Yeah.
Why not?
I do know this is just my perception. I have no opinion. The Rock seems like a genuinely nice person, and anything he's usually done, he seems like a cool guy.
Yeah.
There has been some online kind of backlash, especially with this. There's been a lot of push because people wanted Cody to wrestle, but there's been backlash against The Rock as a person because he's always shilling something on his social media.
Yes.
And he's always...
Well, he's a businessman.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people have lost respect for him because he's always shilling.
Well, that's what he does. I mean, if you're a businessman, you need to make money somehow.
I know. And then he's been caught lying about, like, he does this stupid thing. I forget what he eats. Some fast food. In-N-Out Burger.
Yes.
And he'll post this thing like, this is my first time trying In-N-Out Burger. But then people are like, well, no, because just last year you did the same thing. And the year before
it could just be a joke.
No. It's a promotion he's doing
for
with
In-N-Out
Burger.
Yeah.
But he'll constantly be like, this is my first time ever trying In-N-Out Burger.
Well, it could just be that's the shtick.
I know.
Just like everyone, like, I've been seeing a lot of things recently online of people going after Cena for him posting things on his Instagram. Like, oh, you posted a picture of Taylor Swift, like, during the Argylle promotion stuff. Like, is she going to be in this movie? Because he's like, no, I just post stuff when I think of things.
Well, that's very different. I'm just saying.
No, I know.
Rock
But it's like I feel like everyone
he's just become a kind of a big shill.
He's The Rock.
Like,
he's a
media.
mascot.
I'm not on social media.
He's like Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm just telling you.
It's like people putting like weight behind what Shaquille O'Neal says. Like,
I'm just telling you the
you
stuff
talk about the general
hear.
every day. Like, what's the problem with that?
I'm just telling you.
Literally selling cruise ships.
Mark, I'm not saying it. I don't care.
No, I know. I'm talking to the people at large. I'm not talking to you.
I'm just saying what I've heard.
I know. And I'm responding back to it with, it's The Rock. Get over it.
Yeah. And his box office hasn't been that strong.
Well, he had a TV show, Young Rock.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just saying, I think going back to wrestling is probably a smart career move, too.
Well, he's been doing the Fast and Furious movies.
He was only in like in one or two.
No, he was in the last couple, wasn't he?
And,
He was in the last one.
I'm just saying his box office has kind of...
He hasn't really had anything.
Getting back into wrestling is probably good for him.
Yeah, he's been worrying about, like, he owns like a tequila company. He's got the football thing going on.
Yes.
Now he's on the board of directors for TKO.
Which is probably good.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we shouldn't be worrying about The Rock. I'm pretty sure
I'm not worried.
He's taken care of.
I'm just saying, I think it's a good career move.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, it sounds good. I mean, I will watch.
It'll all get figured out.
I'm excited for WrestleMania.
We got 2 months to tell the story.
The end of this month, February, we got the next big
Elimination
event.
Chamber.
Yeah.
In Perth, Australia.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch
We're just going to see how they, like, usually one of those matches is for, like, the number one contendership for whatever the other guy doesn't pick.
Yeah.
Whatever the Roman Word doesn't pick. But now we basically know the 4 major titles, who's all going for those. So
anything can happen.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We'll see what the Elimination Chamber matches are,
right.
what they're for. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm assuming one might be the U.S. Championship with your favorite Logan Paul.
God, no. Logan Paul. He's the worst. If there's one person I want to see wrestle, it's Logan Paul. Oh, my God. Well, hey, not everything's for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, all right. Well, that's good to know. Thank you for all that
no
for
problem.
the WWE stuff.
No problem. Anytime I can keep you up to date.
Keep me up to date. It's interesting though, the whole Netflix thing, because this is Netflix really moving into the live.
Their first live thing.
Their live,
first live production thing.
Didn't they do the Chris Rock?
No, but it's like their first like episodical live.
Right. This is
like a sporting event.
We are watching in real time these streaming services try to figure everything out.
Well, there was like an interview.
This is pretty big.
Nick Khan, who's the president of WWE, was on the Pat McAfee show, like around the time it happened, like the day it got announced and everything. And he was talking about it. And he's like, well, if you think about it, WWE's always been at the forefront of the streaming stuff. Like they were the first sports organization to have like their own.
They had their own app.
Network, like the WWE network.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Like MLB had like their stuff, but it was all like on like TV and stuff like that. They were the first ones to do everything on streaming. Like they moved all their, at the time, pay-per-views to streaming.
Right, you had to get the app.
You got to get the network to get it.
Yeah.
They were the first ones to then team with another network to do all their programming on the Peacock stuff.
It's cheaper.
Yeah. So it was their first time when they did all that. So it's like they're kind of at the forefront of all these different things. Now the NFL kind of beat them to the punch on this one, where they're on Amazon and they have like all the different stuff on there, and they had a playoff game on the Peacock this year.
And that was huge for Peacock.
Yeah, it was huge for Peacock. So this is like the first, it's the longest running episodic show on television, which will end at the end of this year because it's not going to be on television anymore.
Which is crazy. They're not going to keep it on USA.
Yeah.
That's a big blow against USA.
Well, USA now has SmackDown. They're taking over SmackDown in October.
Wasn't that TNT?
It was on
TBS?
Fox.
It was on Fox.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the big switch there. So it's going to be very interesting to see, like we talked about it before, the deal is initial 5-year deal that can be boosted up to a 10-year deal and possibly boost up to a 20-year deal.
I'm sure if it does well.
So it's going to be interesting to see like how many people transition over to the Netflix thing.
If you're a fan, you're going to go.
Just for a weekly show? Yeah, or do you just rely on just watching like the highlights somewhere or YouTube or...
if you're a diehard.
Like you do with the Paramount stuff. Like, is that like a,
Yeah, but I'm not like...
Is it worth adding another $20 bill onto your
if I had
streaming?
to guess, a lot of people already have Netflix.
Yeah.
So they're going to be fine.
Yeah.
And I think this will help grow Netflix to people who were on the fence or didn't want it.
Yeah.
But now we'll be like, oh, well, maybe I'll have it. And Netflix has such a...
I mean, if anything, it's great for Netflix because, like,
they have a
I'll
huge,
be honest,
vast library.
I was at the... Like, you have already jumped off Netflix.
Yeah.
But I've been at the point where I've been kind of debating it. Like, there really isn't anything on there that's holding me to watch anything.
Right.
Like, randomly there'll be something on there, but it's not anything that's like, I can't...
Right.
I can always come back later and just watch this if I wanted to.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think...
Especially for the price point that they have it at.
They have streaming services have a saying called churning.
Yeah.
But churning is something they don't want. Churning is someone hopping on for a week or a month and canceling. And the churn rate for a lot of these are very high.
Yeah.
So they don't want Netflix in particular. I think out of all the streaming services, they have the most vast catalog.
Yeah.
There's something for everybody. And even as someone who doesn't have Netflix, I can still say, yeah, there's something for everybody on there. Now with having a live event every week, that would probably bring the churning for Netflix down because people are going to be like, I'm a wrestling fan. I want to watch it every week.
Yeah.
I will have Netflix.
Especially if they then, whenever the contract ends, which I think ends at the end of 2025, actually.
Yeah.
Their deal with Peacock ends.
But would they
for the network stuff.
Would they stay on Peacock?
Well, that's the thing. Is this what their like bargaining chip is now? Of if you don't want to meet our price,
right,
to have our PLEs and everything on it, Netflix has already said they'll take it at this price point.
Well, Netflix is just doing the weekly show
right now.
But
in America, that's all they're doing.
Yes.
The rest of the country, they're basically the Peacock now.
Yeah.
The rest of the world, I'm saying.
International, it's very
different. So they're
different.
taking over all this stuff.
Yeah.
Except for the deals that they don't, like they've already have that are under contract still.
Yeah.
They'll be on those other places. But if like the UK and all the big countries are already on Netflix internationally, if you're the WWE and all your stuff's already at this one place, but you're renting out your stuff to some other place for like 2 more years, wouldn't you just be like, well, if we already got all this stuff over there, all we do is just move it over, flip the switch and just slide it over to Netflix, and everything's there.
This is what's going to happen. But
and then you pay the $20 a month to watch everything on Netflix.
Right. That would be big for Netflix.
Yeah.
And I think that's why...
And it would be a big loss for Peacock.
Yes, it would be. I think this is what it's coming down to. These streaming services are now entering the phase of we got to add news and sports.
That's what it is. Just like television back in the day.
Max, it has news beta. It has sports. Amazon has sports and news. And then Peacock already has news, your local news, and NBC News.
A lot of sports.
And now they have sports. And I think this is their thing going, well, we want people to stay longer.
Like the Super Bowl, they're promoting it heavily, that it's also on Paramount Plus.
That's Paramount Plus. Yeah, exactly. It's Paramount Plus. So this is the future.
It's the a la carte thing that everyone's always wanted.
Well, yeah.
But now it's...
Yeah. It's still cheaper. It's still cheaper than cable.
Mathematically.
Yes.
It works out after...
Yes.
Adding in the price of internet and everything, it works out to basically about the same.
That Band-Aid's already been taken off. People aren't going to go back to cable.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. But I mean, if you still mathematically do it out on a tablet or a piece of paper or whatever, the price of your internet plus all the services that you have to watch everything you want to watch evens out to about the same price.
It could, but you're not wrong in that aspect. But I think because people can say, like, hit a button and be like,
it's because they think they have that.
I cancel streaming services all the time.
It's that thought of control.
Yes.
That people
with cable, you don't have that control.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but that's that thought.
There's no boxes.
But there's like people like me who have all those services and then just like forget, like, I'm just not going to delete it because there's going to be a show coming out within a couple months. I'll just wait for that. I'm not going to like get rid of it.
I get rid of
like Amazon, like Apple TV Plus. Like I have that. I was going to get rid of it after Monarch, but now I'm like, oh, well, now that Master of the Air show is coming out, so I got to wait till that's done. Then maybe I'll get rid of it. Then by the time that's over, something else will come out. I'll be like, oh, well, now I'm not going to get rid of it now. I'll wait around.
I got rid of Apple TV, but once Severance Season 2 comes back, I will be
Whenever that happens, because there's a lot of stuff going on
They just started filming this week.
Oh, did they?
Yes, they actually posted a photo.
Good. There are those issues there.
There were some issues, but they're back filming.
Yeah. Did we ever get another season of, what's it, Mythic Quest?
Yes,
is that happening?
Season 4 is happening. That's the last season.
I know.
Yeah. But yeah, I think everybody, you figure it out. You figure it out with streaming services. I think it's still a little bit more convenient and cheaper than having cable and having a bunch of channels you never watch.
Yeah.
And paying a rental fee for a box.
I mean, not for nothing. The money that you spent on cable is the same company that you have your internet through. So it's basically going to the same place anyways. So it doesn't really matter if they don't care if you're internet or cable. So
my internet provider is not the cable provider.
Well, I know, but I'm saying most times.
And you have more choices now, I think, which is nice. More competition.
Yeah, depending on where you live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's more choices now.
Yes.
All right. Wow, we spent a lot of time. We went all over the place.
Well, that's the whole big thing there.
All right, so last night was the Grammys. The
Grammys.
I haven't watched the Grammys in years.
I haven't either. I just randomly last night because the NASCAR race that was supposed to happen last night.
Yeah.
Got moved to Saturday night because of the big storm that was going through LA.
Yeah.
So I turned to Claire. I'm like, well, I have nothing to watch now. So you want to watch the Grammys? Because she records it and she watches it afterwards. And I was like, she's like, yeah, I'll watch it with you. So I was like, all right. So we sat down. And I watched the Grammys all the way through for the first time.
Wow.
In years.
We used to watch.
When I sat all the way through.
I used to watch the Grammys when we did the radio show. In early times, I used to watch Grammys.
Yeah.
This would have been the Grammys I should have watched.
I was like, I said to Claire, I'm like, the other thing, like, of watching the Grammys was not only to watch the Grammys, but now doing the music show again. Like, I want to it's like almost like research, like camera angles, different shots and cool things I could steal.
We gotta get drones. We need
drones. I need a sky cam.
Sky sweeping.
Need a jib camera.
We got to get Tony Mitchell in here.
I got to fly Tony Kazaska on a wire unit across the stage.
Oh, I saw my brother Saturday. Speaking of Tony Kazaska. Yeah.
But yeah, so then also I was like, I don't even know if I know any of the bands anymore.
Oh.
And I knew most of them, which I was kind of surprised.
I mean,
are the ones that were nominated for Grammys. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of music out there. I have no idea what it is, but
right. Well, very excited that Midnight's Taylor's version won for
I know you're
Best
very
Album.
Excited.
And she announced a new album.
She did April 19th.
It's preloaded on my phone.
The Tortured Poets Department.
Yeah.
See, I paid attention.
You did. Very excited for that.
Yeah.
I know Billie Eilish and Phineas won for what was it made for off of the Barbie soundtrack.
Yes.
Rap album, Killer Mike. I don't know who that is.
Killer Mike.
And
then he got arrested afterwards.
Oh, is that who got arrested?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, poor guy.
He won 3 trophies, then he got arrested.
What did he get arrested for?
I don't know. I guess he was wanted.
Dead or alive.
I guess he was at a warrant or something. I don't know. I didn't really read the article. But
you know what? I'm going to say, I don't know
that's
what.
That's on him.
But hold on.
I mean, not for nothing. That's on you.
Yeah.
if you know you got a warrant, or even if you don't know you got a warrant, probably the best idea to go somewhere where there's tons of people around and just assume nothing's going to happen to you. Especially a name like Killer Mike.
You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say this. I don't know what Killer Mike was arrested for, but I'm going to say, good. That's pretty badass, I think. Because
show up to lock up with Grammys in your hand.
You go to the Grammys, you got a bunch in your hand, and then afterwards, but at least you enjoyed the night. So good for you, Killer Mike. I don't even know what he did. And maybe I don't want to know. Are you looking it up what he did?
Misdemeanor charges. No need to be arrested from the sound of it, from our producer in the back.
Oh, see?
So
poor guy. I feel bad for him. Best record went to Miley Cyrus with Flowers.
Yep, I know Rocky's very excited about that.
This was interesting. Rap song, Future, Andre 3000, and James Blake with Scientists and Engineers. I don't even know what that song is.
Who is it?
Yeah.
Scientists and Engineers.
Yeah, that's the name of the song. That's the name of the song.
But who is it?
Future, Andre 3000, and James Blake.
Oh, Future. I know who Future is. Yeah, okay. And Andre 3000's from Outkast.
Yeah.
I know who that is. James Blake, I don't know.
This is pretty cool. Pop duo group performance, Phoebe Bridgers with Ghost in the Machine.
I heard that,
yeah. Music video went to the Beatles.
Yes.
For I'm Only Sleeping.
Yes.
Which is crazy because I have not seen that video yet.
It's really good.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
It's emotional.
I hear. I remember when it came out.
Yeah.
Pop solo.
So you gotta watch it.
I gotta watch it. Pop solo performance, Miley with Flowers.
Rocky again was very excited.
I like Miley. I think the song Flowers is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm just doing pop vocal album went to Taylor Swift with Midnights.
Yes. Her 13th Grammy.
She won for...
No, but that was her 13th Grammy.
Yeah.
Was the pop.
Right.
Yes.
And she
made
won
a big mention of that.
Album of the year,
which is the fourth time.
The fourth time
a solo artist won it 4 times.
Right, and she beat the record.
Yeah, Paul Simon, Frank Sinatra, and
someone else. It was like 3. They got else. 3.
Yes.
I will say in that category, Olivia Rodrigo with Guts is an amazing album. I really like that album.
When did you become a 13-year-old girl?
I do like that album though. It's a good
Dua
album.
Lipa, Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo.
They're
3 artists you never thought Brian Gazoska would be talking about at 45 years old.
No.
This from the man who used to, when we did the radio show, would deep dive into Weezer albums and Green Day and all those bands.
I still do.
But man, oh man, give me some Taylor Swift, Dua Lipa, and Olivia Rodrigo, and I'm a happy boy.
I know. No, here, I will say this. This alternative music album went to Boy Genius.
Boy Genius is awesome.
With the record. They're good. They don't blow... The new album doesn't blow my socks off, but it's good. They're like good, some songs.
I got them... I listen to the Spectrum on Sirius XM sometimes.
Yeah.
Usually when I make tacos at the house, I'll put that on, and that song would come on. I'm like, that's a good song.
Oh no, I like their.
Then they were on Saturday Night Live, and I was like, they're pretty good.
They're really good.
Them.
Which is Phoebe Bridgers and the other 2 girls.
Yeah.
But this was interesting. This album because they were up against Lana Del Rey with that. Her album is phenomenal too. Arctic Monkeys, The Car. I would say probably one of the worst albums. The Arctic Monkeys have put out. It's really not that... It's not caliber of being nominated, in my opinion.
When I listen to Jay-Z, a lot of people weren't.
What? The Foo Fighters should have been there, I think, or something of that nature. The Gorillaz' Cracker Island is a phenomenal album. I agree with that being nominated. PJ Harvey, I've only listened to the album once, but I could see why. Boy Genius winning, I agree with.
It's a popularity contest.
But Arctic Monkeys, that album is kind of weak in their catalog of albums. Metal performance, Metallica with 27 Seasons.
They put an album out?
I see the vinyl all the time. I've never listened to it.
I had no idea they put an album out.
They were up against Slipknot, Disturbed, which I had no idea Disturbed was still
Slipknot was a couple guys from Slipknot were there, I guess.
Oh, Spirit Box and Ghost.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, rock album.
Not that you would ever know these awards were given out because they don't talk about them on the show.
This is kind of why I stopped watching because these are the cacategories I like.
They really just give out like 8 awards on the show and that's about it.
This album was one of my favorite albums last year.
It's even worse. Really quick, it's worse, but it's disingenuous to me that they shoehorn in certain awards on the show.
Yeah.
Instead of doing like the rock album.
Yeah.
And that kind of things. Like there's plenty of time.
Right.
We can lose one or two performances.
Right.
Or, figure out a way to get these other awards in.
I know. I kind of feel like you should represent all of music.
Yeah.
But they kind of represent the music that's popular.
Yeah.
And they kind of pushed out.
Yeah. Like we could have not had Travis Scott on.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole Travis Scott story still happening from his concert situation. So maybe not promote him.
Well, why is he on there?
No idea.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not have Travis Scott on the show. Like that was like the only time during the whole show I was kind of like, oh, I feel weird watching this. Like I don't want to be.
That would have been like if Chris
with
Brown
this.
showed up.
Yeah.
I feel like what?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Chris
Be
Brown
like if
should
R.
not be
Kelly, like let's let him perform.
Yeah.
Like maybe not. Maybe not. Well, he's still under investigation of possibly inciting a riot that people died in.
Right.
Maybe not have that guy on your show and have him like on the show breaking chairs and like throwing things.
He makes a lot of choices.
And it was very strange because you could tell like it was a decision that they had made earlier on before all that stuff happened.
Well, it's all rehearsed.
No, I mean like thinking about we should have Travis Scott as one of the
Well, his thing happened like 2 years ago.
Yeah. So it's like
they have plenty of time not to have him on the show.
But they like the only performance where if you watch the show or see the videos, no shots of the audience. No shots of anyone in the crowd.
I'm sure there's a reason.
Bopping along to Travis Scott.
I'm sure there's a reason. All right. Rock album. This was a tough one, this category. Paramore won it with This Is Why, which great album.
Great album.
I love this album.
Who would know that they won because they didn't mention it once during the show.
This was one of my favorite albums of last year. It was up against Metallica, 72 Seasons, Queens of the Stone Age, in Times New Roman, which is good. It's a pretty good album. I don't listen to it that much.
Yeah.
The Paramore I've listened to like 100 times. This album,
Kelly Williams, that's why.
This album, which was a phenomenal album. It's weird. It's like part of me is like, I get why Paramore won, but the Foo Fighters. But here we are. I feel like that could have won too. That's a fantastic album.
I've just watching the Grammys for the first time after a long time. Careful. Noticed whoever these people are that are voting on these things don't really listen to this stuff.
Well, they have to, Mark. They're critics.
I don't have to do anything. You could tell people they have to do things when they're going to.
Well,
but I feel like it's just they see the names and they're like, "Oh, that band's cool."
Well, I think
that's a popular band. That'll boost the ratings.
No, I know, but this wasn't even a category
like I said to Claire as we were watching the show last night. Like as they started handing out the other trophies, you could see they were like splitting up the trophies of the Grammys to these other people that were nominated for Record of the Year.
Yeah.
To like, I don't want to say like pacify them, but be like, here, you all get like a trophy in your category. So that way, if you lose the Record of the Year trophy, it won't be as bad. Like Miley won a couple. Olivia Rodrigo got one.
Yes.
Dua Lipa got one.
Yeah.
Like John Baptiste got one for his genre. Like they all won their genre trophies.
Mm-hmm. It's popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was, I agree with the winner of this rock song. Boy Genius got Not Strong Enough, which is a great song. It was up against Olivia Rodrigo, David Grohl, Foo Fighters, and Mick Jagger.
Like even that girl that was nominated for Record of the Year won Best New Artist. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, rock song, any of these could have won. Any of these. I think, in my opinion, okay, Boy Genius had a great year. Foo Fighters could have won that. The Rolling Stones song, it's okay.
Like, not for nothing.
They've been around long enough.
Back to the Travis Scott thing. Why not drop...
Why are we going back to Travis Scott?
Well, drop Travis Scott, and why not have Boy Genius play? Or have Foo Fighters play?
Didn't Boy Genius play?
Nope.
They played somewhere else, and they actually
maybe the Grammy House. That was a thing that they were promoting.
I know they shouted out against the old CEO of the
Academy.
The Academy, I guess, because
Annie Lennox did a thing.
Some bad things.
The end of her thing.
Really?
Yeah, about the whole war situation.
Oh, the war. Yeah.
Because she just sang Sinead O'Connor's song.
Yes, I heard.
It was very emotional.
Was it good?
Yeah, Claire was bawling her eyes out.
Oh,
I was getting emotional too.
It was good.
Annie Lennox was crying even.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, the memorial. There was a glitch. They started showing the video before they were supposed to. Live television. It happens.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it happens. Yeah. I guess
Like they started playing the part where they play the people's names and music as Stevie Wonder was still singing. It's like they showed like Jimmy Buffett's picture like way earlier than they were supposed to. It was very awkward. Like they started out with Stevie Wonder singing a duet with Tony Bennett. And Tony Bennett, of course, has passed away.
Yes.
So it was him on the screen and Stevie Wonder at the piano. And then like duetting with each other. It was just very
Was
weird.
it cool?
It was cool. It was also kind of like, it was one of those things where it was a good idea, but didn't translate well television-wise. Like, they also, on the big set, they had, every time they announced like these big artists, like they started out with Mariah Carey giving away the first trophy.
Yeah.
Which is cool and all that. But they like put pictures of her all over the screens, and they have like a center screen in the middle, which is cool, but they have like a picture of Mariah Carey on it, and then Mariah Carey standing in front of it talking. Again, sounded cool as a theory probably when they thought about the set, but in reality of doing it, you'd basically just have Mariah Carey standing in front of a huge picture of herself.
Well, she isn't. She has a big ego.
No, but they did that for every person that they had this for, and it was very strange.
Yeah.
So just putting like the Grammys logo behind it,
Right.
or something to break it up, so it wasn't just Mariah Carey or
standing in front of herself,
standing in front of a huge giant picture of themselves behind them.
Right. Totally.
It was very weird.
It was very sound weird.
Yeah, it was kind of didn't translate well on the television.
Or do a different background
That's what I'm saying. Just put like
represents
the trophy behind it, the Grammy trophy or something.
Soundtrack, Oppenheimer.
I heard, yes.
By Ludwig.
Yeah.
And Ludwig was also he was up for the running for Black Panther. And John Williams had The Fabelmans and Indiana Jones was in that category.
Wow.
But Ludwig is really
I haven't
good.
seen The Fabelmans.
I have not either. I find it weird that Spielberg made a movie about himself.
I don't find it weird. I just find it weird that I haven't seen it like on a streaming service or anything.
Yeah, but it's just weird that Spielberg made like a movie about his, but he changed everything. It's just like so bizarre to me. It's just like,
well, it wasn't an autobiography. It was an autobiography.
But it's
it was
about
like
him as a kid.
Yeah,
it's about his family. But
it was just like a.
I know it's like a whimsical version of his family.
Of his story. Yeah.
It just seems like weird to me, but I haven't seen it. Maybe it's really good.
Yeah, I mean it was up for Oscars last year and stuff.
Yeah, it won. It didn't win any Oscars, I don't think. Maybe it did. Anyway, the door.
Go get the door.
Get the door. All right. Anything else, Marcus?
I don't think so.
Oh, Dave Chappelle won comedy album.
Oh.
But like you said, he can't say anything, but he wins all these Emmys for saying things he can't say.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's one of those comedians now has turned into this like
caricature of himself.
We can't say things.
But I'll say them.
But I'm saying them. Nothing bad's happening to me.
Nothing bad's
happening.
And
I'm going to get nominated and win lots of awards for
not. It's like reverse Trump.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad, but no one's telling me not to say it. Gotcha.
Anyway.
But, yeah.
Person of the Year went to John Bon Jovi.
Yes. Music Cares Person of the Year.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. And Jay-Z won the Dr. Dre award.
Yes. And he pulled a Kanye.
Yes. Well, not really. He just kind of said...
I'm kidding. He was sticking up for his wife. I guess Beyonce had won like 13 Grammys.
She's won Grammys, never won Record of the Year.
record of the year.
Yeah. To which a lot of people online have been saying, well, if she actually wrote a complete album as opposed to just one or two hits on an album, she might be up for that.
Right. What are you going to do?
As other people are saying. Not me. Other people are saying that.
But also, she won 13 Grammys. So. What's there to complain about?
Yeah. I'm not a big Beyonce guy, so I don't know.
Honestly, between Taylor Swift and Beyonce, those two can shadow drop an album that day, and it will be the biggest and talked about album of the weekend, the week, the month. So really, Beyonce is doing very well.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to win album of the year or record of the year.
She hasn't actually released anything in a long time either. So,
but like I said, the last time she released something, I think she made an announcement like it's going to be out next week, and it was massive.
Well, a lot of people also say too, online, not me, that she also doesn't write a lot of her own stuff. She has a lot of writers that help her with her stuff.
I'm sure.
So again, not as easy to win record of the year when you don't do your own stuff.
Yes, I agree.
So,
all right, Mark. Well,
then again, she doesn't need to. She's Beyonce. She's married to Jay-Z.
Yeah. Come on.
You know, as Jay-Z said, even his daughter has an Emmy or a Grammy because she was listed as a writer on one of their songs or something.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So, I mean, anyone can get a Grammy nowadays.
Well, if you are sampled, you will get, and that song gets nominated and wins.
Yeah.
The person who got the sample will win the Grammy.
Yeah.
Fun fact, remember that song, I'm Gonna Ride That Horse?
Yes.
Who was that
Old
by?
Town Road.
Old Town Road.
Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus.
Okay. He sampled 9 Inch Nails in that song. Trent Reznor
gets a Grammy.
He got a Grammy when it won.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But like I think that's the correct way of doing
more crazy.
Things.
I saw yesterday before the awards, they announced what was in the gift bags that they gave out to all the presenters and everything.
Sounds depressing.
So one of the things
you
in the
gift bag,
a brand
new house, a car.
Well, the most expensive thing was each person. 146 people got it. All the presenters and all the
can I guess
people
what it was?
who acts.
Can I guess what it was?
Sure.
It was an Apple
no
VR headset.
Nope. The most expensive thing was a $25,000 session with a mentalist. But also included in this $36,000 gift bag that 146 people got was a bird buddy. The bird feeder that Claire got me for my birthday.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah. So Claire was like, I'm a trendsetter. So she's walking around today like a peacock. She's like, I'm setting trends. Like, yeah, maybe with the Oscars, people get tidbits. That way you can knock another one off your list of fancy technology things that you've purchased.
You know, all that money they give rich people.
Well, it's all just sponsored stuff. It's not like they're like...
It's
sponsorships.
It's an eye roll.
They don't pay for it. They just give it to them.
Yeah.
I said like certain things they probably pay for. Yeah. But like there's like a Dyson headset, like headphones that's also an air filter.
They could donate the money to some awesome music places.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure that goes to
these rich people don't need any of that.
Well, I know, but I mean, it's just the stuff they just give. The Bird Buddy's pretty cool, though. I mean, I suggest.
Sure, Bird Buddy. It's a couple $100.
It's like $300.
No.
Yeah.
I have a Bird Buddy. It's like you get it for like $150.
You don't have the official one. The Bird Buddy is like $300 with the solar panel.
I don't have the solar panel.
Yeah, that's why I don't have the solar panel one either. But that's like a $300.
Well,
the new version with all the accessories and everything.
Well, what I'm saying is the other thing you mentioned, the mentalist
session.
They could have been like, donate that money towards like a music department.
I mean, they're saying that it's worth that amount of money.
I know.
I'm pretty sure it's just this guy is a member of something or somehow is to get some kind of sponsorship or mention. He said he will donate his time.
I understand
to do these sessions. And he said, well, how much was the cost of it be?
Isn't CBS air The Mentalist?
They used to.
Synergy.
If there was a tracker, then that could have been because that's the new one that's coming out after Super Bowl.
There you go.
The tracker.
The tracker.
He tracks people in a camper van.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to hear about their goodie bags.
It was just funny because I was like, oh man. Ridiculous. I told Claire and she was like, oh my gosh. She was very excited about it.
Well, that is exciting.
Yeah.
All right. We should wrap this thing up.
Speaking
of trendsetters. 3 weeks, East of the River Comic Book Show.
Yes, 2 floors.
February 25th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. 2 floors, like you said, Enfield Street, Enfield, Connecticut. We'll see you guys there.
We will.
Next week, we might we'll be doing it on Tuesday.
We'll be doing a show.
We'll be doing a show on Tuesday.
I'm not sure how, but we'll be doing a show.
We'll be doing a show.
Either in person or on the Zooms.
Yeah.
There will be a show. I'm not sure what it'll be about or what we'll be talking about, but I'm sure as soon as we wrap this up, someone will release something, and we will then talk about it next week.
There's always news to be talking about.
I know, but everyone seems to drop everything.
I actually have some news that we'll talk about next week.
Oh, see, look at that.
Get to.
We didn't even have a chance to get through it all.
No, we didn't.
So look at that.
Yeah.
So much stuff going on.
All right.
As always, we thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, anything that you want to talk about. But as always, be safe, be well, and be kind.
And rewind.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye, Josh.
Bye, ships at sea.
Bye, ships at sea.